Now at 4:30, as the Omicron variant continues to spread, owners of small businesses that made it through the pandemic are concerned they may not survive this surge. Many of them are already being hit with staff shortages due to sick calls.
Add in the Great Resignation, and employers are hurting. KCAL 9's Leslie Marin is live for us in Studio City with how they're coping with this crunch. Good evening, Leslie.
Good evening, Serene and Juan. Well, I can tell you some businesses are just choosing to close their doors for a few days. Like this restaurant behind me here in Studio City. We're in front of Jones on 3rd. You can see a sign on the front door says temporarily closed. Thank you. We will reopen tomorrow. Many businesses are choosing to do the same. Some choosing to just simply cut some hours.
In 2 years with the pandemic, we have only 2 guys that were sick. But in the last 10 days, we already have 6.
And the number of employees continues to dwindle at Lala's in Studio City. Everyday managers are dealing with more COVID sick calls.
Right now, we got one guy who called this morning, and probably we're going to face another 2 or 3 in the next, I would say, the next week or so for sure. So we're just thinking what to do in the next few days to cover those shifts.
For now, the restaurant is staying open with strict restrictions for diners. But as more people test positive, more local businesses are having to make the tough decision to close their doors. Bark Bark Dog Daycare had to shut down their Long Beach daycare location due to COVID staffing shortages for the next week.
We are down to like 4 to 5 staff total for between my daycare and boarding.
But businesses we spoke to say they're doing all they can to appease customers, even with less staff. The owners at Easy Plumbing are taking matters into their own hands. Literally.
There has been times where we have to have the owners go and perform the labor as we are short-staffed and that there's not enough plumbers willing to work at this time.
And although a huge now hiring sign hangs outside the front door, owners say finding someone to work is also getting tougher.
We previously had 50 to 100 applicants applying. Now we're down to a good 15 to 20.
It's a challenge. We already had some staffing shortages prior to this. And now this is kind of, another kind of, frustration, I think, and an obstacle.
Rachel Michelin is with California Retailers Association. Right now, it's pushing to get more funding and resources to smaller retailers, but says customers need to step up as well, especially right now.
If you're going to go out and shop post-holiday, think about those small businesses. They're the community that you live in. They're the backbone of your neighborhoods.
And Michelin wants to remind customers just to be patient. It can take a few weeks for many businesses to figure out and catch up with this staffing shortage. As for this restaurant, Jones on 3rd, here in Studio City, they do plan to reopen tomorrow morning. Reporting live in Studio City, Leslie Marin, KCAL 9 News.